difference to how we wanted to attack them mid-game. And yeah, I think that the more multiple and balanced we can be, then that's when the tendencies that teams show on tape become real, very real. But yeah, it all depends how we think we can attack them best, and that all happens during the week, and there's always going to be little adjustments you have to make during the game. Yeah.
Spencer, how does Big Ten game? How does that portion of the schedule feel different as you get to flip the page on the Big Ten season?
Yep. And I think our we have 4 team goals, and the last one is to win the Big Ten West and win the Big Ten, and you can't win the Big Ten West without winning Big Ten games. So every game's critical, every game's important, but our end goal of every season is to win the Big Ten, and this is when we really start playing for that. This is when it really counts. For that goal specifically.
Your head coach will be his 33rd Big Ten opener if you count his time as an assistant here. Can you imagine that? 33 of them?
It's a long time. Yeah. He's it's good. I'm sure he's plenty excited. Yeah, it's good.
Thanks.
Yep.
It's not very often that you end a game at 1:39 a.m. What's the process of recovery there, especially when Rutgers had an earlier game and had a little more time for recovery?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just that recovery is always critical, but it's even more so now. Our opponents did get a jump on us, and I think all of our sleep schedules are a little screwed up still, and but it again, no one cares, right? We're still playing the game at the same. Hopefully, I hope there's no delays when we get there, but we're still playing the game at 7:10 or whatever time it is, and it's our job to make up that ground and really recover and rest as best we can.
I think you probably got done talking to us maybe like 2:05 or so.
Yeah.
How quickly did you fall asleep?
That's a good question. I was probably asleep by like 3:30, 3 or 3:30. I went home, had some food, and went to bed. I don't really remember. It's all a blur that whole day, all night. So.
How soon before you think your sleep cycle will get back on track?
Hopefully ASAP. The hard part is if I nap during the day, I really don't sleep well at night. So it's you kind of have to nap to make up, but you really can't ever make up sleep. That's part of it. You just got to sleep more. So I'm sure I'll be very well rested for Saturday. Just gotta work through it. It's just another challenge.
How much coffee did it take for those Sunday team meetings?
I probably had a couple cups. Yeah, probably 2 cups. We pushed it back. Luckily, it wasn't until 1:30, so got to sleep in a little bit. But it was definitely, we were all pretty tired on Sunday.
Logan Lee said that it was fun, the delays, because you guys got to bond with each other during those delays.
Yeah.
Can you relate to that?
It's very Logan Lee-esque. It is it is fun because at that point. It's weird because we're all in the locker room and you have no idea when you're going to play. So everyone's just joking around at that point. It's not like a normal game day locker room, which is very serious and very, everyone's just got their headphones in, task oriented, that kind of deal. But at the same time, I think we all would have rather been out there just playing the game and not waiting around for 4 hours. But I can see where he'd think it's fun. Yeah, that's good.
A lot of different personalities in the locker room too, right?
Yeah,
Logan?
Yeah, Logan. Yeah, definitely a little. Great guy. But yeah, he's he definitely lives like those. He tries to emulate a lot of the some of the inspirational stuff we hear sometimes. I know Jocko Willing's big thing is good. Everything's just good. And in the moment, good. Whatever we get, we're just hanging out. But I personally would rather just play the game and went home and had a normal night's sleep. But yeah.
Kirk was saying at Media Day about how he can picture Logan Lee with a station wagon and everything. Can you see that?
He's married. It's crazy.
Maybe that's why he enjoyed the time in the locker room. Don't let my wife see this.
That's good, Rob. Not married, so I can't comment on that. But maybe. He's very mature, I think, for a 21-year-old, 22, I think he is at this point. He's got it figured out a little bit. It's good.
You were probably asked this before, but what was it like for you in the offense to have a full complement of weapons Saturday with Nico and Keegan and Gavin more at it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Always good getting guys back and getting those guys out there. I think it certainly helps just us be more fresh at receiver. It's awesome to see what Alec and Arland and Jack did, but when you got 3 guys playing, it's tough, man. It's a lot of running and a lot of I get tired just handing the ball off sometimes, so I can't imagine those guys. So yeah, good to get everyone back.
What's the preparation like preparing to play in front of a road fan base instead of your fan base?
Preparation's the same, really. We'll pump crowd noise in during practice, but aside from that, it's business as usual. The game is still a game. We still have our job. Just have to be more, aware of communication, things like that. Make sure everyone's on the same page. But there's no drastic changes.
What was such a late end of the game? Like, did you guys lose some recovery time there? Did you back it up on schedule on Sunday, or how did that work?
Yeah, so we got out pretty late, but Coach slid the times back about an hour or 2 on Sunday, just to give us a little bit more sleep. But obviously it doesn't happen in one night. It's going to be important that we stay on top of that throughout this whole week and be able to get to bed on time and eat and drink the right things we need to fuel our body. So I feel like it all starts with that, and just it's just like every week, just the little things are going to lead to Saturday. If we stay on top of those right now and finish our prep strong, I'm excited to see what happens on Saturday. So.
How do you prepare for Rutgers when their quarterback situation is pretty much up in the air?
Yeah,
They've
no.
got like 3-4 different guys they might play.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Each one has their own unique strengths and weaknesses, and being able to see a guy get on the field and know what he's going to like to do, and then be able to put my guys in the best position to be in for that guy specifically, it just puts a little bit more on everyone's plate to know that. So it's a challenge in that aspect, but I'm looking forward to it. So.
This could be a field position game.
Yep.
Where you guys are, punting, also trying to get the short field. How much do you take that on
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge just because we got 2 of the best punters in the country that are going to be on the same field. Theirs and their punter, and ours and our punter. So it'll be interesting because I feel like a lot of people don't realize what an impact that makes on a game. So that'll be a challenge as well. But we got to make ours an advantage, and they're going to be trying to make theirs an advantage. So.
The faster I could get the tickets, the less tickets my dad has to buy. So I'm just hammering all my teammates, trying to get them over as quick as they can. And like I said, they're being super awesome and sending me them.
So just preparing you for the Super Bowl in a few years when you get all these ticket requests.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah. I'd like to hope so.
What do you think, like 40? Is that am I guessing too low with family members and friends?
This week?
Yeah.
Oh, I said before, I got 79 confirmed coming so far, and I think it may be a little more by the end of the week. That's pretty awesome.
So, and you'll get what, like 15 minutes after the game to see them out by the buses? That's it.
Right. Yeah, I have so this is like my 5th year in college. I did a prep school year, so a bunch of my friends already graduated college. So they're some of them are like living in New York and living in Boston now. So I think a bunch of them are coming up to the game, and they're all just going to stay in New York after. So I'll be able to see them for a little bit. I'm sure they'll all be there ready to see me and stuff, which I'm blessed with. I couldn't ask for a better group of friends and family.
You being a veteran, some of these guys haven't played in a hostile environment before in the receiver room. I mean, what's your message to them, and how different is it playing in a hostile environment as opposed to Kinnick?
I mean, it's definitely different going into some of these stadiums. They got some crazy fans and like hundreds of thousands of people there, or 100,000 people there. But just like focusing on each day, there are a lot of young guys in the group, and maybe a couple weeks ago they weren't expected to play, but now they're expected to play with some of the injuries that are happening. So just trying to show them that I have the utmost confidence in them, and try and get them to have the most confidence in themselves. And I think they're doing a great job with everything.
What do you see from the Rutgers defense?
Well, to be honest, we only watched them one day, so we haven't really learned much about them yet. But you could just put on the film and you could just see that they're a super athletic group. So just if you play sloppy out there and you aren't on your depths and stuff like that, then they'll be able to make plays. They're a good group of DBs, and if you leave the ball up there for them by running sloppy routes, they'll go and get the ball. So we just know we have to be on our game.
It could come down to like 1 or 2 big plays. Everybody expects this to be low scoring, tight game. Does that add to the kind of the fun of this game, that it might come down to a big play that maybe you make?
Yeah, so I know a saying in football is like a game really comes down to like 5 plays, right? So there's not going to be too many big plays, but there'll probably be 5 big plays, and you want to be on the side that has those 5 big plays. So just focusing on making all the makeables and taking advantage of every opportunity we get.
All right.
Before another Big Ten, well, before the start of Big Ten play.
Yeah, game stretching out that long, that's crazy. I'm really proud of our guys and the way they handled that. Old guys, young guys, they kind of stayed focused in the locker room. It's hard you can't stay too tight in the locker room because you might overstress yourself and everything. So some guys were letting loose a little bit, but once we got closer to those 10, 15 minutes within the game, coming back out in the field, we were ready to go. And then, getting ready for Big Ten play, if any game that stretches out that long, the next week's going to be hard. And, that other team, Rutgers, I think they played at either 11 or maybe in the afternoon, so they had more rest than we did. So really trying to focus on recovering, getting back into the routine of things. And I think a lot of guys have done that within the last 48 hours, or I guess 40 hours since the game's been over. So it's been really good for us, yeah.
So did you change the schedule at all with considering those kind of crazy circumstances?
Yeah, Coach Ferentz moved the meetings on Sunday back a couple hours. Obviously, it's can't get 8 hours of sleep at 1 o'clock and be able to go back in at 9 a.m. So, he pushed his hours back, but we're ready to handle it now.
You just have to watch a ton of film because all of them are a little bit different.
Yeah, we just got to know each skill set that they bring to the table, and look back at all the games that they've been in, and how they play, and then again just knowing who's in the game at what time is going to be a big thing. Yeah, thank you.
Rutgers, what do you see from them on tape? You talked about a little bit quarterback. What do you see from them?
Yeah,
You haven't played them in a while.
Yeah. They run hard. Their running backs run hard. That's the big thing. And then their quarterbacks obviously put them up in good positions, and their wide receivers outside are also very talented too. So we got to be ready for everything.
Are you excited for a road opportunity here? I mean, from a crowd number standpoint, it's not Ohio State, it's not Michigan, it's not Penn State, it's not 110,000 people, but it's a Big Ten road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anytime you're playing a Big Ten opponent, it's going to be a tough going. So we just have to be mentally prepared. We're trying to prepare the same as we do every week, and just got to be ready to go.